Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Unavowed, Blind. I'm still at the Unavowed headquarters, so let's look around. Oh, that guy is just casually throwing fireballs like there's no tomorrow. It's pretty badass, I must say. An old color photo of Eli and Mandana. An old photo of a quaint suburban house. Beckett. Some precisely calculated fireball trajectories. Fire extinguishers, a wise precaution. A scrawled list of obscure formulas, it's all Greek to you. An old black and white photo of a man at a desk. Black and white photo of two girls. There's not a single mark on Eli's fingers or head.
Hey! Don't surprise a fire mage like that. Bad idea. Anyway, hi. You settling in okay?
You're throwing fire.
You noticed. Yeah, I like to do this in my spare time. Keeps me sharp. But seriously, it took me a while to get used to this stuff. It's not gonna happen for you overnight. But you'll get there. Faster than you think. Anyway, I'm sure you want to walk around. I'll be here if you have any questions.
Could I ask you a few questions first?
I don't see why not.
A photo appeared on my wall. Do you know how it got there?
Huh, you too, huh? Wasn't long after I joined up that my first photo appeared. Scared the hell out of me. It's something to do with this building. It wants you to remember who you are, who you were. Don't think about it too hard. I've been here 50 years and I still don't know how it works.
Could I ask you about some of the pictures on your walls?
Look, I really wanted to get some practice in. Maybe next time.
About last night.
You had time to process it? I know I have. To be honest, I'm just glad the exorcism worked. Took 4 days of concentration to prepare that spell. I gave it everything I had.
4 days?
Well, yeah. When you deal with demons, you don't leave anything to chance. Not to mention lightning. If I hadn't prepared, it could have fried you. Not to mention me. I just wish I hadn't summoned that thing. I know the creature was technically blameless, but I'm still not sure we made the right call. Still, I suppose it's too late now.
Well, I do think we made the right call in the sense that, literally, if it can't eat anything else than humans, then, like, what are you expecting it to do? Kill itself? For, like, your sense of safety? Like, there are already... well, I guess there are no animals that specifically need to feed on humans, but I'm trying to make an analogy where, you know, carnivores, for example, they have to kill other animals to live. Like, that's in their nature. So I don't think you can entirely blame them for that. And neither I think you can blame that creature. Like, as I said, if anything, you should command it for, or rather commend it for being willing to eat corpses rather than killing people to eat them.
You had time to process it? To be honest, I'm just glad the exorcism worked. I just wish I hadn't summoned that thing. I know the creature was technically blameless, still.
I'm curious about yourself.
I guess if we're gonna work together, we should know each other. Ask away.
So are you a wizard?
Never use the word wizard. It's a social faux pas or something. I'm a mage with a capital M. The capital is also important. At least that's what the books tell me. I never actually met another mage to find out.
Why do you live down here?
Why do you think? Fire mage here. I could easily burn this place to the ground if I'm not careful. I needed a place to practice, and a room insulated with stone was the obvious choice. Besides, I don't feel the cold, so it's quite cozy down here.
Doesn't the fire hurt?
Nope, kinda tingles, but that's it. It's kinda like playing with light, at least when it touches my flesh. Clothes, though, I can burn them clear off and I won't even notice. Took about a decade and a dozen indecent exposure arrests before I managed to make my clothes fireproof.
How long have you been with the Unavowed?
Since the Nixon administration. I'm, older than I look.
Just how old are you?
If you must know, I'm 92. It's the magic. Keeps me young. No surgery required.
92, really?
Yeah, it is what it is, okay? I'm a mage. We live long lives. End of story.
Alright, let's talk about something else.
Sure.
Can we talk about the Unavowed?
I know a little bit about that. What do you want to know?
How long have the Unavowed been around?
Gosh, a really long time. Sorry. If you're looking for a history lesson, Mandana or Kalash are the ones to ask. As far as I'm concerned, we do good work. That's all that matters.
How come I never heard about you?
You know, I wondered the same thing when I first joined. I mean, we're careful. We use veils. I don't throw fire around Times Square or anything. But the real secret, nobody notices us. It's kind of uncanny. Mundanes go through crazy mental tricks to pretend we're not there. So maybe the mundane world isn't ready for us yet, but they will be.
What does the Unavowed do?
Well, we're sort of supernatural police. I guess you can relate to that, being a cop and all. Sometimes there's a threat that only we can handle, and we go and handle it. Well, I say sometimes, but lately it's been a lot more than that.
More threats? How much is a lot more?
Let me put it this way. There are 732% more threats than there used to be, give or take 0.5. A year ago, we'd usually be called out once a month, if at all. Now it's almost every day. And me and Mandana, we're the only ones dealing with it. Until now, anyway. See you around, friend.
An old photo of Eli and a woman in a wedding dress. Actually, it just dawned on me that if what he says about mages living really long lives is true, then he has potentially faced the sort of elf dilemma, where, you know, the people he loves, they're going to grow old and die, and he still looks like he's like 40 or whatever. Colorful painting of a mother and a child. Oh, that's Mandana, right? You can see the resemblance even in that child's face, and I guess that's probably her mother. A ship in a bottle hangs in a place of honor above the door. Ornate lamp glowing gently. Blue-green crystal glowing with a mysterious inner light. The spirits in those bottles are of the drinking kind, at least you hope. Smoke dances up the chimney from the warm embers of the fire. The bottle emits a faint hum. An impossibly old, impossibly muscled, and impossibly blue man gazes into the fire.
Oh, you're the new one, aren't you?
Yes, I'm here to join the Unavowed.
Nobody joins the Unavowed, boy. We serve it. We are the wall against the darkness. As for me, I am Kalash. I am a Jinn of the Ancient Kingdom, and I run this branch of the Unavowed. And you? You were possessed. How'd you let that happen?
You think I wanted to be possessed?
You picked up that book, didn't you? Exercised that precious free will of yours? Yes, as I thought. In my day, even a newborn babe had wits enough to leave books of demonic evil alone. Mundanes today don't know they're born. The world has gotten soft, needs toughening up. How tough are you, new boy?
Well, I stopped that monster in the alley.
Yes, while its back was turned. A child would be victorious in those circumstances. No. You have yet to experience your true crucible, but it will come. Oh, yes, it will come. At any rate, we have much to discuss and much to do. Settle in, talk to the others, get the lay of the land. I will call our meeting when you are ready. What is it? You ready to start the meeting?
Well, about last night.
Not now. My opinion will be given during the meeting, rest assured.
I'd like to ask about the Unavowed.
I might know a thing or two about that.
How long the Unavowed have been around?
Nobody knows for sure. Not even I. But this branch is exactly 393 years old. I know because I founded it.
You founded this place?
Yes. This city was becoming a force to be reckoned with the supernatural forces to match. There was important work to be done. I volunteered, and here I am still.
How come I never heard of the Disavowed before?
That's gratitude for you. Used to be, you mundanes would beg us for help if a cat looked at you funny. But yes, I won't deny it. Supernatural threats became fewer and further between over the last century. There was little reason for mundanes to think of us at all. But things have changed.
Changed?
Yes. Supernatural threats have risen. Exponentially. It's been difficult to contain. We need to fill our ranks. You are the first in a long line of many, I hope.
What does the Unavowed do?
We're the wall against the darkness, the protectors of the mundane world. We might not be what we once were, but we are here, and that is all that matters. Well, spit it out.
I'd like to ask about some people we know.
I do not indulge in idle gossip. If you want to know of someone, ask them.
Well, alright.
As you were.
Can I leave? Probably not, but...
I don't believe I gave you permission to leave.
Okay, so I think I talked with everyone, so... It's probably time to call the meeting, right? I can't even go back upstairs from the looks of it. So yeah, let's call the meeting.
What is it? You ready to start the meeting?
Yes.
Indeed. The time for waiting is past.
Father, you met our latest recruit?
Yes. I admit he doesn't look like much, but we'll see what this life makes of him.
We were all neophytes once, Kalash.
Most of us, Mage Beckett. Most of us. I have read the reports on your last mission. Mage Beckett, is it true you summoned a void creature?
Yes, by accident, I swear.
Irrelevant. Magic is unpredictable. I understand this. What I don't understand is why you let it feed on human corpses. What will the mundane authorities think when they find tooth marks on the victims,
The creature was both a danger and an innocent. We reached a compromise. That is all.
We'll be the ones compromised if the two of you aren't more careful.
Well, it was my idea.
That may be, but you had no authority over them. It was their choice to make.
Father, regardless of our choices, the Void creature is gone. We have a more pressing concern.
Yes, you let the demon escape. Your mission was a failure.
Wait, the demon is still out there?
Yes, just waiting to find another hapless victim. No disrespect.
Sir, he was a big help.
Help you would not have needed if you achieved your primary goal.
I almost did. I was so close. I had it contained, but it was stronger than I expected.
I see. This is becoming distressingly commonplace.
Nevertheless, Eli speaks the truth. We underestimated the threat.
Then that will have to be sufficient. And now to the next item at hand. Your next mission. You don't say much, do you? Well, that needs to change, starting right now. I have detected void activity in the East Village, somewhere close to Astor Place. You are to travel there, determine the cause of the disturbance, and neutralize it.
What do you mean by neutralize?
It means do whatever it takes.
Are you sure he's ready to go out into the field so soon?
These are dangerous times. Dark forces are coming. We don't have the time for traditional training. If he isn't able to handle it immediately, we might as well kill him now. Trial by fire, sink or swim, do or die. You want to prove yourself to the Unavowed, new boy? Now is your chance. Meeting adjourned.
Well, I guess that settles that.
Well, I guess we should get going.
Yes, as soon as possible.
And I really hoped I could take the day off. Anyway, we're ready when you are.
Well, let's go then.
I have not been to the village in a long time. I am eager to see it again.
Anytime you're ready. Looks like the K train is down again.
Eli, the K train was discontinued in 1988.
Was it? I could swear I took it to the Museum of Natural History not too long ago.
You did, in 1986.
Oh. So, I guess we won't be taking the K train.
No, we will not.
So, wait, has it even been established what year is it currently? So I'm not entirely sure.
Eli, you are tapping the edge of your book.
I am?
Yes, it is quite aggressive.
Huh. Mine must have wandered. Sorry about that. I'll stop.
Thank you.
Okay, Astor Place. Manhattan, Astor Place, 8:30 p.m.
Still raining.
At least nothing's here waiting to kill us.
Well, the night is young.
Looks like this building was abandoned not too long ago. Cockhard What? No, someone vandalized it to say cock enter. Alright. The Alamo sculpture, aka the Cube. It's been here for as long as you can remember. Further eastward. I can also change my sort of like main character. Oh no, I can tell them to do something.
Not sure what you want me to do there.
Okay. Mandana is relaxed but moving with purpose. Her eyes are alert to any sign of trouble. Eli usually takes in surroundings, pausing casually takes in his surroundings, pausing occasionally to glare at the graffiti.
You seem troubled. Is something the matter?
Well, there's a cop out there and I'm a wanted criminal.
So there is. But you have nothing to fear from him. Not with the veil in place.
What are you talking about?
Listen, and we will tell you.
It just disguises your identity. Anyone looking at you sees slightly different features.
You are not the first new recruit to arrive with complications in the mundane world. The veil prevents awkwardness all around.
So nobody I know will recognize me?
Nobody in the mundane world, no. The veil only works on mundanes. Supernatural beings and the void touch can see through it easily. But that law enforcement officer, he will pose no threat.
Well, let's go. Unless there's something else you forgot to tell me.
No, there's nothing else.
Let us continue, shall we?
You've only been on a few arson cases. They have never been pretty. It's been a long time since you were in the uniform. The officer wears it well, despite the rain.
Evening, sir.
A rough night to be out.
Yeah, you could say that. Wouldn't be here if I had the choice, believe me.
What happened here?
Who wants to know?
I'm a fellow cop like you. You're Midtown South Precinct, right? I recognize the badge number prefix.
Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. It's been in the news, but I don't blame you if you don't read that stuff. I'll tell you one thing. You see a lot of bad people in this line of work, but it takes a special kind of nasty to torch a homeless shelter.
Are you sure it was arson?
That's how we're treating it. Until we know otherwise, we're treating it like a crime scene. Which means, stay back.
This was a homeless shelter?
Yeah, a neighborhood full of corporate chains, and they attacked this place.
Was anyone hurt?
A few people killed. A lot of people with second or third degree burns.
That is horrible.
I won't argue with that. I was here when the rescue team arrived. They were carted off to Beth Israel Hospital. People here, they don't exactly have medical insurance.
Better get going.
I don't blame you. See ya.
Okay, so perhaps would be wise if I went sort of a little bit around.
Eli, you are scratching the buttons of your coat again with your fingernail.
I am.
Yes. You are not even aware of it, are you?
Why is this a big deal?
It indicates a loss of control. It is minimal, but...
Right. I know. I'll work on that.
Thank you. I have nothing to say.
Don't know what I'd say. Not sure.
Well, I definitely need to, like, you know, get in there somehow. Or at least...
Hey, are you alright? You look a little...
Where are you taking me?
What? I don't even know what's happening. Is that a flashback or... I'm taking you out of the cold, that's all you need to know.
I'll do whatever you want. Just help me. Please.
Follow me in here.
Did you see that?
I did.
Neuromorphic projection. I've read the theories, but never thought. I think he's coming out of it.
Are you all right?
I think I had a vision.
Yes, you did. We saw it too. A vision from your past. Well, your demon's past, technically. This area must have kickstarted your brain into remembering. There was some psychic spillover. We could see it too.
You guys can read my mind?
Oh, Lord, no. Pure audiovisual output only.
This building the demon entered. It used to house the Village Eye.
The newspaper? Didn't it go out of business a few years ago?
Indeed it did. What was your demon self doing here?
Well, let's get in and find
Agreed.
out.
We are wasting time.
Right. Enough jabbering. Let's go.
The door is securely closed.
Well, that just figures, doesn't it? What? And burn the building down? No. There are less destructive ways of getting inside.
It is done. Be aware that if law enforcement questions me, I am compelled to tell the truth.
That's interesting. So she literally can't lie. Like, ever.
It smells very human in here.
Looks like people were squatting here. Half a dozen at least. Wasn't there a homeless shelter around the corner? Why live here?
It could be pride. Or perhaps they gathered here for a specific purpose.
I'm guessing it wasn't a slumber party.
And these papers
That is doubtful.
are covered with illegible scrolls. Colorful graffiti explodes off the walls. If there were ever CPUs attached to these monitors, they are long gone. A sign on the door reads Jordan.
Huh. Only one bed in here.
Yes, this room was designated to separate one individual from the rest. Someone of importance, most likely. Or someone undesirable.
So this room either belonged to a cult leader or a prisoner.
Most likely.
The graffiti spirals into itself. Trying to follow it makes your eyes water. An old beat-up cabinet is shoved against the wall. A water-stained mattress which has seen better days. Rain streaks down the window, obscuring most of the view. The computer is dark and silent.
I might not know a lot about those things, but don't they need electricity to work? I don't think the power's on in this place. I don't think...
This worn drawer has seen a lot of views.
What have you got there? An old fuse? Seems to still be intact.
Okay, so maybe I can power... Although, to be honest, wouldn't the electricity be simply cut off? Like from the grid? If this building is not in use. A photograph.
Not sure what you want me to do there.
I just wanted to know your opinion. I guess you don't have an opinion on that particular topic. A photo of a young couple. What?
Do not be alarmed. That was just a lost spirit. What you would call a ghost. They are harmless.
Harmless?
Yeah. They can't exactly do anything, can they?
They have no physical form. We cannot interact with them, nor they with us. It is best to leave them be.
Shouldn't we try to help it?
40 years ago, I would have joined you. But Mandana's right. There's nothing we can do for them.
Death is part of the mundane world. We do not get involved. Let us move forward.
Ow! God damn it.
Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine. I tripped over. I have no idea. Can't see a damn thing.
A meager light barely pierces the gloom down here. Mandana's eyes try to pierce the gloom. Eli waves his hands around in the darkness, trying to feel his way. Well, don't you guys have, like, torches or something? Or I guess you would call them flashlights. I don't know which is which. You know, my knowledge of the English language is this weird mishmash of like British pronunciations from school and a whole lot of American pop culture, to the point where I don't even know between those different variations of the words which are which. I just use whichever sort of jumps into my head first. It's clear I can't really accomplish anything here in such darkness, so...
Do these drawings on the wall mean anything to you, Mandana?
I cannot decipher their meaning, but I do get a sense of reverence.
Reverence? Like worship?
It is only a feeling.
I have a fuse, which I could probably replace somewhere, but I would need to find a fuse box first.
This wall drawing means nothing to me. Eli?
Me neither. Although it's different from the art in the other room.
How so?
Outside it was more vibrant, colorful, more creative. It had passion. The art in here is just patterns.
Patterns.
You can see them if you know how to look for them.
Interesting. I do not know what that means yet, but interesting.
I don't...
Maybe there's a fuse box outside. The sign blinks invitingly, suggesting warmth, dryness, and sweet inebriation. This manhole is firmly attached to the stream.
Are you trying to lift a manhole cover with your bare hands?
You never know. Maybe the demon gave him super strength. I guess not. Sorry. Are you lifting with your knees?
Yes. Bracing. Fortuitous that I have kept up my training.
The entrance to Tompkins Square Park. Her eyes are closed and she's softly humming to herself.
Whoever is in that photo, this woman is not her.
She's lost in her own world. Maybe we should just leave her alone.
Rough night to be out.
Rough or not, she doesn't seem to mind.
Seen anything odd around here?
I don't think she'd even notice if she did.
What's that you're humming?
Whatever it is, it's catchy.
Well, I guess I'll leave you to it. The Temperance Fountain surrounded by bars and junkies. She glares at you from underneath her filthy hoodie. She looks kind of familiar. A middle-aged man mumbling to himself and glaring at anyone who approaches. Hello.
She's not the talkative type, it seems.
This picture, it's of you, isn't it?
Where did you get that?
We'd like to help you if we can.
Help me. Look, guy, I've had enough help to last me a lifetime. I might not look it, but I'm fine. Tell everyone that Wendy is fine. You don't need to come out here and... Wait, it's you, isn't it? You've come back.
Come back? Who do you think I am?
Don't patronize me. I know who you are. You're the master.
I'm the what?
Don't play dumb with me. I'm not that innocent. At least, not anymore. You've done something to your face. You've changed it somehow, but I can tell. It's you.
Curious. She can see past the veil. She must be void-touched.
What touched?
Void-touched. It means...
I don't give a crap what it means. And I don't give a crap about you either, Master. Just leave me alone. I already know you're good at that.
Could you tell me what happened at the Village Eye building?
Why should I?
Well, because you seem really troubled. Telling me might help you feel better.
Right. And I'll bare my soul to you because you obviously care so much. You left us. You don't care about anything. So get out of here. Take your new followers and go.
Wait, followers?
You heard me.
I lost my memory. I don't remember anything about you or anyone else.
You what? You're serious, aren't you? You didn't just leave us. You forgot about us.
It's a bit more complicated than that, but yes.
We are trying to piece together what happened. Can you help us?
No, it's done. It's over. If you've forgotten about it, then maybe I can too. Just leave me alone.
You said I left you. What do you mean by that?
What do I mean? You left. Left us to fend for ourselves, and it all went to shit. Me, I'm back where I started. Others aren't so lucky.
What others?
You never cared, did you? All that time, I knew it. I just didn't want to believe it.
Who is that guy in the picture with you?
You really don't remember anything, do you? You've even forgotten Jordan, your precious protege. Well, he's gone. No thanks to you.
Well, could you tell me about him?
He and I were a thing, kind of. I don't know. We're nothing anymore. He's gone. He left soon after you. He's probably dead. Not that you care.
Well, there's a ghost in the Village Eye building.
Shut up, shut up, shut up! Don't talk about it. Don't even think about it. Just don't.
Well, that was not a very fruitful conversation. I understand some probably messed up things went down when I was possessed. But she, I would like to help her, but at a certain point, if someone wants nothing to do with you,
Please,
you can't really...
don't come back.
I have nothing to say.
Don't know what I'd say.
Okay, this guy doesn't want to talk to me. There is no other, place to go from here.
Just so we're clear, we are not calling you Master.
I'm alright with that, actually. What I'm not alright with is I don't know what to do with that other fancy clothing shop. They seem to be popping up all over this area. I don't know what to do with the fuse.
At least the rain is washing away most of the smell.
If not the heat, I am positively sweltering. I admit that my knowledge of sanitation systems is lacking. But should this water be boiling?
Yeah, I don't think so.
No. I don't think so. No.
Then we indeed have...
Be careful. The heat in this room is kind of off the scale.
Well, you're impervious to heat, actually, right?
Eli Beckley. Mage, accountant, and plumber. And sometimes all three.
If the heat makes him uncomfortable, he gives no sign. A rusty panel containing an imposing solitary keyhole. Need a key.
I fail to see how I can be of use there. I fail to see how I can be of use there.
It's clearly something I can do with the fuse, right? So in those adventure games, you pick up items to use them on something later. Like, there's always some use for them.
Evening, sir.
Do you know anything about the Village Eye building?
They went out of business, didn't they? Squatters were living in that building for a while, but I think they've cleared out.
You let them stay there?
The owner never filed a complaint, so legally we weren't required to investigate. Didn't stop us from keeping an eye on the place, though.
You saw nothing illegal going on in that place?
Nothing we could see from the outside, no. But to be honest, it wasn't exactly high on our priority list. I don't blame you. See ya.
Although, actually, if he can cast fireballs, couldn't he like produce a flame?
What? Where are you?
Yes.
That veil that is on us, is that why nobody can see your sword?
You catch on quick. As long as I keep it sheathed, mundane society will take no notice of it.
What do you know about this area?
You call this neighborhood the Village. I came of an age when that term actually applied. This street, it was a long dirt road. Homes were palatial estates, and were few and far between. This city was larger back then, and yet so much smaller. But let us not dwell on the past. Time marches on. We must march with it or be left in the dust.
Could I ask you about ghosts?
I admit to not knowing much about the subject. Eli has made a study of them. I would recommend asking him.
Any ideas on what we should do next?
A light source is needed. This is obvious.
Yeah, right. You should conceal your weapon better. Well, actually, that doesn't matter if they cannot see it.
Agreed.
What? Where are you? What do you need?
Can I ask you about ghosts?
Sure, I guess. What do you want to know?
So they are harmless?
Pretty much. From what I can gather, they're barely aware of where they are. Maybe even who they are. Talking to them is impossible. Trust me, I've tried.
How come I can see ghosts now, but not before?
Because you're void-touched now, my friend. When that demon possessed you, you encountered magic. In a pretty intimate and significant way. It left you changed. We call that change becoming a void-touched. Seeing ghosts, one of the side effects.
So are all ghosts shapeless gray blobs?
To you and me, yes. We appear the same way to them. It makes communicating with them impossible.
How do you know so much about them?
When I saw my first ghost, I reacted much in the same way you did. I wanted to help them. It didn't seem right to just ignore them. So I read a lot. I tried to learn everything I could. Nothing worked. We all have our strengths. Mine is fire. I was no spirit medium, sadly.
A spirit medium, those exist?
The technical term is bestower. Bestowers of eternity. Folks who can see and talk to ghosts. Help them pass on. We heard rumors of one operating in New York, but Kalash refused to make contact. Death is part of the mundane world, he would say. Not our jurisdiction. I could see his point.
Well, no, I definitely do not see his point, because sure, death is part of the mundane, but wandering the earth for eternity as a ghost definitely isn't. a bestower would be handy to have around right now.
No kidding. It could talk to the ghost and find out what happened here. Guess we figure it out the old-fashioned way.
Where can we find a bestower?
They don't exactly advertise. Bestowers deal with death. They tend to keep to themselves. It's not like they hand out business cards or anything. Sure.
What do you know about this area?
Kind of. I used to work about 10 blocks north of here, back in my mundane days. It was just factories and warehouses back then, not the university student mecca it is now.
You used to work around here? What did you do?
Oh, nothing important, really. You wouldn't be interested. Let's focus on doing what we came here to do.
How are you staying so dry?
Ancient fire mage secret. Well, no, not really. I just make the water evaporate before it hits me. It's a simple trick, but handy on nights like this.
What do you think we should do?
It's a shame the power's off in the Village Eye building. If we could get the electricity working, we might learn something.
Well,
I have a
obviously...
feeling we will.
Obviously, I know that, but what I don't know is where to actually find the fuse box. Like, logically speaking, it should still be inside, right? That's what the logic of life would dictate in such a situation. And to be honest, it's kind of baffling to me that if he can conjure fireballs, shouldn't he be able to just conjure flame? Like, this seems sort of
Not sure what you want me to do there.
needlessly contrived here, because literally that guy can conjure flame, which is famously, you know, the oldest way that people use to light the darkness. And I literally have paper, like, even if he cannot conjure flame, like, on his hand, he could set this piece of paper aflame, and then we could illuminate the darkness for just a little bit to sort of get our orientation.
What? Where are you?
I'm very clearly just missing something perfectly obvious, like, you know, where exactly the fuse box is.
Eli, I've been meaning to ask, how are you coping?
Huh? I'm coping fine. Why?
Until recently, we have only entered the field once or twice a month. Now we are out almost every day. I was worried it might be a strain on you.
You kidding? This is great. I'm working. I'm doing something. I'm not just stuck in my lab. So don't you worry about me. I'm fine.
Well, at the very least, there's some... there's some banter for me to listen to while I aimlessly walk around like a headless chicken. Well, what I would like you to do is produce some freaking fire. Like, how hard is it?
That's weird. Come on.
Is there a problem?
The darkness, it's fighting the light.
It always does.
I'm being literal. Whatever's down here, It's interfering with my magic.
Okay, but at the very least... Okay, I guess that's kind of my fault. I should have, like, I guess what I was intended to do was click on him and then click on the dark part of the room, which is kinda sensible, I guess. Although I would say just talking to him to produce some fire would also be a sensible way of solving that puzzle, if you were in that situation. Small fuse box is against the wall. It looks like the fuse is blown. Yeah, so I have a change here.
Color me gobsmacked.
It's a forest.
A forest in a basement.
Well, that explains why my fire's so weak down here. Probably a natural defense mechanism for whatever this is.
This tree stump grows out of solid concrete. Its surface is covered in... Is that blood? The blanket is covered with moss and lichen.
Well, this just got a lot more complicated.
Whoever this was, their face has been eaten away by some kind of a moss.
Male. Early to mid-60s, I believe. The cause of death is difficult to determine.
He's got vines growing out of him.
There are wounds along his neck.
You are correct. Blade wounds. They...
Oh, damn it, I skipped part of the dialogue. Who could do this?
I cannot say, but I believe the answer lies with you. Your vision. You were familiar with this building. Whatever happened here, you were involved. Or at least your demon self was.
You don't remember anything. No other visions spring to mind.
I think I would have remembered this.
Yeah, you probably would.
No doubt your demon covered its tracks well before leaving your mind.
So, who is he?
He has no distinguishing marks. He carries no identification. Whoever this is, it remains a mystery.
Hi.
It is a lost spirit. It cannot communicate.
Are you sure about that?
It does appear agitated. Let us leave it be.
It's fuzzy and indistinct. It stares blankly ahead, barely noticing you're even here. Can you hear me?
Lost spirits cannot communicate with the living.
And can I ask you a few questions?
I don't think it could hear us.
Hello?
The lost spirit will not acknowledge your presence.
Okay. But with the power being restored, so should be the power to the laptop, right? So at least I can check that, but I'll check it next episode because this episode has been long enough. So that's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.